Hey, part two. Happy Thursday. Today I'm going to be making some homemade brownies. No box mix or anything. It's just 5 simple ingredients. So you need sugar, eggs, butter, flour, and baking cocoa. And I have some familiar faces that are helping me today. So to get started, we preheated the oven to 350 and we greased our baking dish, which is an 8x8. See, you can use a 9x11. It'll just be thinner brownies, that's all. All right, so to start we need to melt the butter. Dun, 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 dun. Melting butter. Oh, get out. 30 seconds. Alright, while that's melting, we're going to measure out some sugar. So we need 2 cups of sugar.
Maybe
I think we
stop
used
this, or maybe we should stop this.
Okay, so to start, we melted 2 sticks of butter. And now we're going to measure in 2 cups of sugar into the bowl. We just have a regular mixing bowl with a whisk. This is what a whisk is. We have a 1 cup measuring cup over the bowl.
How much?
We need 2 cups. So there's 1. Sorry, I'm just going to turn this a smidge up so they can kind of see what we're doing. And 2 cups of sugar. And now we're going to add in the melted butter and stir until it's combined. In goes the butter. And if you're doing this with more than 1 person, which most of you I imagine are, you can take turns stirring. Okay. This calls for 4 eggs. So we're using organic eggs, free range, but you can use any kind of egg, brown eggs, white eggs, whatever you have on hand. We're going to use the same bowl that we melted the butter in. And the recipe calls to add 2 eggs at a time. So let's crack the eggs. We're going to crack the eggs into a separate bowl first. That way if we get any shells, it doesn't get into the rest of our mixture. Here, I'll switch with you. Next one. You can do 2 because we need 4. All right, and then we will add the eggs into the mixture and whisk those in first, and then we will repeat. I also forgot to mention before starting this baking project, make sure to wash your hands thoroughly, please. All right, that looks beautiful. Now, 2 more eggs. Ooh. That happens. Oh, sometimes it happens twice in a row. Now wash your hands after using the egg. Sorry, getting in there. All right, now we can drop those 2 eggs into the mixing bowl and get rid of this bowl. Put it in the sink. Once that's combined, we will add in flour and the cocoa powder. So it calls for 1 cup of flour. Let's close these eggs up. Here's our flour. Do you want to hold while I pour? Because this can get a little messy. Make sure when you're measuring to measure over your mixing bowl. So if any falls out, it goes right into the bowl and it doesn't make a big mess all over the counter. All right, and you can stir that. And then, do we have the 2/3 cup? What do you want to do? It calls for 2/3 a cup of baking cocoa. So then you add that right into. I forgot to mention that the recipe doesn't call for salt, but we're going to add in a little bit of salt because when you add in some salt to a sweet dessert or anything like that, whoa, that's cocoa. It just enhances the flavors. That's all. It's not gonna be super salty. And we're also gonna add in some instant coffee. This is going to make the chocolate flavor be like super intense and rich, and it's gonna be delicious. So the recipe once again does not call for this. I will be attaching the recipe so you can follow the recipe at home. The recipe also says that you can add a splash of vanilla if you want to, so we do have some of that. So once everything's incorporated, look at that, it looks so beautiful. Then you just pop a top, just a little bit, like a couple cranks. Perfect. Then we can add a splash of vanilla. Here, we'll get this out of the way. And then you can do the instant coffee.
Open it.
Whoa, Betsy. What the hecker? That's a little secret. If you tap the cap sometimes, it makes it easier to take it off. A little bit more. Okay. Perfect. So a splash, we added about a teaspoon. And instant coffee. Yeah. So we're going to add a spoonful of instant coffee. Once again, if you don't have these things, it's not a big deal. You could also add in at this point some chocolate chips or chocolate chunks, or if you wanted chopped nuts in it, you could always add that into. We were going to add chocolate chips, but I forgot. Typical. All right, so now everything's incorporated and it looks super yummy. I'm going to tilt it so you can see. Looks just like something you would get out of a box, except for it's not. It's 10 times better. So, do you smell that instant coffee? Smells so good. Now we're going to transfer, can't even talk today. Transfer the batter into the baking dish. And for this, you will need a spatula, which looks like this. We need the spatula. Do you want to pour? Yeah. Sure. Okay. Come on out. Once you get it into your baking dish, all of it, if it wants to work with you, just use the spatula to smooth it out so it's even in the pan, so it cooks evenly. You don't have one part that's cooked more than the other. Sorry. It's just being difficult. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Bowl. And we're just spreading evenly. These brownies look delicious. You got some on your nose, dude.
Oh, I do? Mm-hmm. Oh.
Spatula. I'm going to wash my hands.
Is it really? Yeah.
All right, and now we are going to put it in the 350 degree oven that is already preheated for, let me double check, I believe it's 27 to 32 minutes. So we're going to set it at 27 minutes. You got to push timer first, bud. 27 and then start. And when the timer goes off, we'll check it by using a toothpick, or you can use like a butter knife and stick that in. And if it comes out clean, then it's done. If not, then you can put it in for like 3 more minutes, or until the toothpick or knife comes out clean. So I will attach a picture of what the brownies look like with the recipe so you guys can see how they turned out. Thanks for watching, and I will be sending another video this week.